Move over, Madonna. This is the man who represents Kabbalah for so many around the world. Rabbi Michael Laitman is the founder of the Bnei Baruch Kabbalah Education Center. At his World Arvut Convention in Tel Aviv, he kept his audience entranced as he read and interpreted the Zohar, the founding text of the Kabbalah. Rabbi Laitman is a Russian Refusenik who emigrated to Israel in 1974. He studied under what many consider to be the last great Kabbalist, Rav Baruch Shalom Ashlag, known as the Rabash. He's written over 24 books. Rabbi Laitman believes the Kabbalah is a, quote, method to correct man and the world. It's not a faith or a kind of mysticism or healing. Kabbalah, he says, is meant for all people, for the whole world, and it can be practiced in addition to any religion. Over 10,000 people have come to this conference from 54 different countries. There are Jews, Christians, Buddhists, atheists. They've all come to hear a spiritual message of unity.
The science of Kabbalah actually is how a man can learn to understand his desires, his thoughts, and how can he integrate them in a correct way with his relationship with the environment, with other people, so that instead of having a conflicting environment, he can have a harmonious environment.
This isn't about necessarily for me to change everything else to get better. It's more of how for me to change myself and look at things from an entirely different perspective.
Many secular Israelis who reject traditional Judaism are drawn to the rabbi.
I think he's teaching us that we need to look at each other in the eyes and to figure out, to understand that we are all living in the same planet, in the same earth. And it's time for us to learn how to communicate each other. It's time.
The Hebrew word arvut, which is featured in the title of the convention, means mutual responsibility. It underscores another pillar of Rabbi Laitman's Kabbalistic teachings. To evolve, human beings must connect with one another and ultimately take care of each other.
I need this love. I need unity.
But to unite, Rabbi Laitman says man must first overcome his selfish ego.
It's not the same love and hate that you usually see in people's relationships. It's about, first of all, discovering the ego, but it's not just the ego of me wanting to improve my situation or maybe at the expense of someone else. It's about a person going through a process of, first of all, discovering who he is on a deeper level, and it's a whole other process as compared with, say, East Asian teachings and stuff like that. It's nothing like that. It's a whole different technique of discovering who one is and then obtaining the state of love, which is, again, not the kind of love that we are normally used to thinking of in this world.
Many here feel they are part of a new global community. They're inspired by the message of inner change and transforming the world.
What brought me was the people, the connection, the opportunity that we have here to really make a change in the world, in the way people think in the world, the way people act, the way we treat each other.
And given the politics of the region, there are some unlikely guests here. A group of Muslims from Iran and Turkey showed up, and there are other Muslim fans as well.
So there's a lot of activity from all around the world. We've got friends from Saudi Arabia who connect to us, who watch the lessons, and they come to congresses in Europe because they can't come here, obviously. But what they do, they come to Germany or they come to another congress in America.
Hundreds of thousands of people study Rabbi Laitman's teachings online in a number of languages, and others study at his Kabbalah centers in Israel and around the world. It's a growing global network. Rabbi Laitman says his teachings of spiritual unity are all the more pressing given today's global challenges, from the worldwide financial crisis to the spread of political and social unrest. His lectures and teachings seem to give people something to celebrate. But what does the humble and understated rabbi think of the competition, of the American star-studded, headline-grabbing Kabbalah Center run by Rabbi Berg?
It's a business.
A straightforward answer from a straightforward rabbi. Jordana Miller, JN1, Tel Aviv.